You too, Patrick?
Yeah, everybody needs at least one day away from...
Alright, SpongeBob hot takes, let's go. Also plug in my Discord.
Here it is. Land squirrel.
Sandy is very overhated. I can definitely see that when it comes to the show's most underused major character. She's in poorly received episodes like Someone's in the Kitchen with Sandy, Rodeo Days, A Flea in Her Dome, and Patrick the Game. Heck, even within specials like Atlantis Square and Whatever Happened to SpongeBob, she doesn't help a lot in people's eyes.
Look at a naked chipmunk.
Chipmunk? What is so funny about getting my fur stolen?
Her introduction episode, Tea at the Tree Dome, isn't as good as other introduction episodes like Plankton, at least to me. However, her character is one of the most interesting, and she does have a great contribution to fantastic episodes, like Perfect Chemistry, Two Thumbs Down, Pressure, and Dunces and Dragons. When it comes to SpongeBob, there is a stigma of focusing on the infamous episodes, and I do see why people vote that Sandy is overhated, and with 2 R's, to maximize the hate.
Oh, come on, baby. You know how long I've been in stir.
Get out and stay out, you two-time loser.
After everything I've done for you.
I think there should be more Karen and Plankton episodes. Is that the right there? Anyway, definitely 100% yes. The fact that we don't have that many Karen and Plankton-centric episodes is criminal. Single Cell Anniversary and Karen 2.0 were fantastic episodes from the series. The former because it was heartwarming without being too sappy, and still having a decent Plankton getting to the formula plot without being too stale, and also having some neat comedy within it.
Love.
And the latter, Karen 2.0, being awesome because it told a great story about, despite Karen having a lot older hardware, she still has a fantastic role in being Plankton's go-to and wife.
After all I've done for you, you dumped me for this cheap pile of plastic?
Well, I had to cut costs somewhere.
Season 4 can stand alongside the original 3 seasons any day. So this has been one of those hot takes that I've seen throughout every platform I wanted hot takes from. Season 4 within the community has been getting a lot of love recently. Revisiting episodes like Dungeons and Dragons, The Lost Mattress, Whale of a Birthday, Born to be Wild, and so many other episodes, I'll say I agree, and I'll say I disagree.
I, for one, love to watch people dance while I eat. Who's with me?
A lot of these episodes were well written, funny, and have a lot of those memeable moments that people pride the first 3 seasons on having. For anyone to say that the dip in quality happened in season 4, you might be holding on to the first era too tightly. But I do disagree if you mean style. The reason I hold the first 3 seasons in high light when it comes to style is because it was a nautical show. The show felt like it was underwater, and many episodes would just not be the same above water. Look at Whale of a Birthday, Once Bitten, Wishing You Well, and That's No Lady. These are not episodes that are tailored towards this underwater nautical adventure that only SpongeBob can have. So in that case, no season 4, and really the latter half of season 3, can't stand with its beginnings, but definitely quality-wise. The new animation style is better than the old style. Sad emoji, fist bump. I'm assuming you mean this latest modern style is better than the classic SpongeBob style, because there's been a few changes in how they present SpongeBob over the years. They exaggerate the faces, put a lot of bounce and push and pull into their steps, and make it so that the cartoon feels cartoony. I do miss the cartoony style in these recent times, as many of these shows have a realistic style. But also on the other hand, does SpongeBob do it well? Yes. However, it doesn't serve what the old fans love about it, and that's okay. It's a new audience, and they'll grow up with the more toony SpongeBob. Plus, the staff seems to enjoy the show quite a lot.
Who's a winner?
I'm a winner.
Who's a winner?
I'm a winner.
Who's a winner?
I'm a winner! I'm a winner! I'm a winner!
It needs to just flat out end. I think Nickelodeon's way of treating it needs to end. SpongeBob is an icon, and a lot of people still love the show. The issue is, because of its success, that success has impeded other shows from succeeding because The issue is that it has impeded other shows from succeeding because Nickelodeon has pushed that SpongeBob is the show to watch. It's a shame, and it does suck, and it does leave a dilemma. We can support this until Nickelodeon decides to change, or like you said, make it end and force Nickelodeon to change. However, as I predicted before, it's not going to stop anytime soon. It's most likely going to take the route of The Simpsons.
That little monster! He bit me!
Once Bitten is the best Gary episode. This is from a patron. And if you want to see the exclusive patron-only episode of Hot Takes, SpongeBob edition, I'd highly recommend you check out my Patreon. Okay, so Once Bitten is about Gary acting very erratic and violent because he has a giant wooden pole jammed inside of him. The episode is full of people freaking out and Gary biting people, and overall to me it was an average episode.
Come here, little buddy. He's just adorable. Mad snail disease is real!
When you stand this next to Dump, sure, because Dump was super sad, it can bring your overall mood down, but when you stand this next to Gary and Love, then that episode blows this out of the water. And speaking of that, Gary Takes a Bath is a really funny episode that is better than Once Bitten, at least to me. But if you like it, hey, maybe season 4 is up there with season 3 to you as well. The toenail scene was tolerable to me, and in addition to that, that scene was funny, especially this exchange.
Okay, it's on my foot. Why do you keep moving it?
Cause you keep saying,
And then he slips on a toenail and breaks the sofa. And SpongeBob is just like,
and you split your sofa in half. It'll be really easy to move now.
that had me dying. Ah, how's fancy, a heavily debated episode within the community. That particular scene is just infamous for being so out there with the way that it decides to dedicate time to watching Squidward have a small chunk of his foot ripped off. And far be it from me to make anyone who thinks that's disgusting think it's funny. But at the same time, I do think being oversensitive to jokes that push the line in SpongeBob won't give it the leeway it needs to experiment and grow. Part of why season 4 and the latter is seen highly in present day is because it stepped out of its original concept and grew SpongeBob as a character. Also, just to me, it wasn't the worst scene in the world, but I'm not really grossed out by this. They could have drawn it much more detailed, like other images.
First, I'll need me treasure hunting leg.
Patchy the Pirate needs to finally meet SpongeBob. No, that'll ruin the joke. Maybe a gag in the feature finale, but no. No, 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 no.
La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum.
La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum. La-da-dee, la-da-doo, la-da-dum.
The second movie is better than the first one. So this one was also one of the most popular hot takes I saw, and I'd love to do a movie versus and see if it's true. I haven't seen the second movie as a whole though. I only got into seriously going out of my way to see movies when Teen Titans Go to the movies and Incredibles 2 came out. So it's going to have to offer a lot. The first movie told a very neat and simple tale of SpongeBob proving himself to be the hero that Bikini Bottom needs despite being a kid. It was funny, the animation and art style is underrated to me, and the part where they nearly dry up for good is truly a sad scene. So we'll see when I get around to that idea. So that was the hot takes. If you haven't seen the one with Gumball, here's that. If you haven't seen the one with Total Drama, here's that. Special thanks to the patrons of March, and until next time, take care. Alpha out.